You trusted someone, and that was your first mistake. You opened up. You shared. You believed the warmth was real. They listened. They nodded. They remembered everything. Your fears, your ambitions, your private wounds, all of it handed over freely. And now someone is using it against you. This is not paranoia. This is the oldest game in history. And you have been playing it blind. The person smiling at you across the table may be your most precise threat. By the end of this, you will never give that power away again. You were raised to believe honesty is safety. That openness builds connection. That vulnerability is strength. These are not universal truths. These are the rules given to those who are meant to be managed. Empathy, when performed publicly, is a form of dominance. It signals access. Every time you confess a weakness, you handed someone a key, and they copied it, filed it, waited. The system does not reward honesty. It rewards those who understand how honesty is used. Your openness is not noble. To the predators in the room, it is an announcement. Drop this in the comments. I have been too open with the wrong people. Manipulation doesn't announce itself. It arrives dressed as loyalty. The closer someone gets, the more valuable the intelligence they can extract. Proximity is the oldest intelligence operation in the world. This knowledge is a protection, not destruction. The world was never what they told you. Now you are ready to see it clearly. 500 years ago, a man was tortured for what he knew, not for what he did, for what he understood. His name was Machiavelli, and they have been afraid of his conclusions ever since. He did not write for saints. He wrote for survivors. He warned us directly, without apology, without softening, that the friend who knows your secrets is often more dangerous than the enemy who does not. He wrote this. Read it twice. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Niccolo Machiavelli, the prince everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. And your enemy friend? They have experienced you. They have studied the gap. They know your mask and your face beneath it. That is devastating intelligence. Machiavelli spent his life watching the powerful destroy themselves through one repeated error: misplaced trust. Today, his lessons are your armor. Let us build it. There is a particular type of person in your life right now. They always have time for you. They ask the right questions. They lean in when you speak. They remember details you forgot you shared. They bring them back to you as proof of care. This is called building rapport for intelligence gain. Therapists know it. Interrogators know it. And so do certain people in your professional and personal life. The practical action. Begin tracking what you share and with whom. Not paranoia. Inventory. Know exactly who holds which piece of your reality. Every time someone made you feel safe, you talked more than you intended. Emotional safety is a psychological state. And like any state, it can be deliberately induced. Drop this in the comments. The comfortable room is often the most dangerous room. Practical action. Notice the pattern of how someone makes you comfortable before every major conversation. That sequence is a technique, not affection. Power is not about strength. It is about knowing things the other person does not know you know. When someone knows your plans before you execute them, they have already moved to counter you. And you never see it coming because you trusted the wrong person with the blueprint. The Machiavellian strategist operates on a simple rule. Share information only as currency, never as conversation. Practical action. Before sharing anything significant, ask yourself, what does this person gain from knowing this? If the answer benefits them more than you, seal it. This is the most uncomfortable truth. You may have already dismissed it. That dismissal is exactly what they count on. Machiavelli understood that court, any organization, any family, produce informants naturally. It is not personal. It is structural. The tell? They are always subtly present during the moments that matter. They appear at the edges of important conversations. They linger. Drop this in the comments. I am done performing loyalty for those who never earned it. Practical action. Run a controlled information test. Share a unique, specific, and slightly consequential detail exclusively with one person. Watch whether it travels. Do this for every member of your inner circle. When you speak, you move pieces. When you are silent, your opponent must guess at your position. Silence is the ultimate form of information control. Oversharing is a stress response. When you are anxious, You talk. When you talk, you reveal. Your enemy friends know to create anxiety in you precisely for this reason. Practical action. Practice the art of the deliberate pause. When asked a direct question about your plans, your feelings, or your next move, pause 3 seconds before answering. In those 3 seconds, decide whether to answer, redirect, or say nothing at all. The most sophisticated intelligence operators do not threaten you. They comfort you. And in your comfort, you become perfectly legible. They mirrored your body language to create bonding. They validated your worst fears so you would talk through them. They created the crisis and showed up as a solution. Practical action. When someone seems unusually interested in your pain, ask yourself this cold question. What decision of mine becomes easier for them to influence if I believe they understand me? Advanced psychological sovereignty is not hiding everything. It is curating what others believe they have discovered. Drop this in the comments. I decide what you know about me. Practical action. Identify one false vulnerability, something small, plausible, and unthreatening, and share it selectively. Observe what people do with it. Their response will teach you more about their character than a year of observation could. Machiavelli advised the prince to keep his counsel close and his circle smaller than comfort demands. Every additional person is an additional attack surface. The modern version of this, your group chat, your team, your family dinner table. Every seat at that table is a potential intelligence node pointing away from you. Practical action. Audit your circle by category. Divide people into 3 lists. Those who know your plans, those who know your fears, and those who know both. The 3rd list should have no names on it but one. Every micro-expression you leak is a piece of intelligence. Every hesitation, every flash of discomfort, every moment of visible pleasure, each is data that a strategic observer will file and use. The intelligence friend watches your face for the truth your words deny. They ask difficult questions not to hear your answer, but to read your body. Practical action. Train the neutral face. Practice receiving bad news in a mirror until your expression produces no readable signal. Do this for good news too. Your composure must become non-directional. The most sovereign person in any room is almost always the least readable. They study your reaction to their success. They study your reaction to their failure. They are building a psychological model of you that serves their strategy, not yours. You don't need to become cold. You need to become deliberate. There is a profound difference. The people who are gathering intelligence on you are not monsters. They are strategists. And the solution is not rage. It is architecture. Redesign the architecture of access to you, not with walls, with doors. Doors you control. Vulnerability shared in private is not intimacy. It is exposure. True intimacy is built over years and tested by behavior, not declared by a single emotional conversation. Real loyalty reveals itself in action over time. It does not announce itself in the first conversation. Drop this in the comments. I will earn real trust and I will demand it in return. The person who uses your secrets against you is not more powerful than you. They were simply more patient. You can become the patient one. Patience is the rarest currency in a world designed to produce urgency. The one who can wait almost always wins. You now understand what they were doing. The question is, what will you do with that understanding? You do not warn them. You do not confront them. You redesign what they have access to. You become ungovernable by their method. And when the time is right, not from emotion but from strategy, you act. With evidence. With precision. Without warning. This is what Machiavelli understood about power that most people never do. The person who controls information controls outcomes. And you can become that person. Not through cruelty. Not through paranoia. Through clarity, patience, and a disciplined management of what others are permitted to see. You came into this video with an open hand. You are leaving it with a closed fist. That is a correct direction of travel. Every person who were pretending has already told you everything you need to know about them through their behavior. You simply needed the framework to read the signals. Now you have the framework. Now you can read the signals. The game has always been played around you. It will continue to be played. The only question was whether you were a player or a piece. As of today, you are a player. Drop this in the comments. I see the game. I have chosen my position. Protect your intelligence. Guard your circle. Govern your expression. And never again mistake access for loyalty. The old you is dead. The version of you that trusted blindly, that mistook warmth for safety, that gave away intelligence like it had no value. Gone. You are a weapon, pointed at your own future. You belong to no one. Not cold, not broken, not afraid. Awake. Finally, completely, dangerously awake. If this knowledge reached something real in you, that recognition is not a feeling. It is a signal. Follow it. There is more here. The philosophies of power, strategy, and psychological sovereignty that were kept from you. The next lesson is waiting. Subscribe if you are choosing to continue your evolution. This channel is not for everyone. It is for those who have decided they are done being readable. Share this with the one person in your life you think is ready to see clearly. Only one. You'll know who they are. One last question, and I want you to sit with it before you type your answer. Who in your life right now knows more about your weaknesses than your enemies do? And what are you going to do about that? The people around you are still reading you, still extracting, still waiting. Subscribe and make sure the next time you walk into the room, you are the one with the advantage.